السلام عليكم. معكم المعلمة رنا حسن خليل قادوس. وإن شاء الله راح أبلش أعطيكم في دروس اللغة الإنجليزية للصف الثاني عشر. طبعا راح نبدأ في الدرس الأول من الوحدة الأولى. The title of the unit is A New Start. We will start with the first reading comprehension passage. The passage is an email. This email is a formal one. The email was sent by Mahmoud to his family. If you look at the beginning, hi everyone, and it ends with love and Mahmoud, the name. This means that the email is an informal one, or a personal email. When I look at the word everyone, it means that it refers to Mahmoud's family because it is an informal email or a personal email. So everyone here refers to Mahmoud's family. Yes. Now, if you look at the email, we will start with paragraph 1. Well, the first week has nearly passed with no real problems to tell you about so far. It hasn't been easy though. So many things are different from what I am used to. This means that Mahmoud sent an email to his family to tell them about his first week in the new. So he said that he has some problems, but these problems were not real ones, although it wasn't easy. The things in the new country that he left to or traveled to were not very similar to the ones in his homeland. So this is what makes it not so easy for him. There is the language, for one thing. So one of the problems, and as I said, they were not real problems, was the language. What is the problem with the language? As you know, I've been studying English for many years, but this is like being a beginner all over again. Mahmoud, traveled to an English-speaking country in order to study, and he found that the language that he listened to or he heard in the new country, in the English-speaking country, as I said, is different from what he used to learn at the school when he was in his homeland. It seems as if everyone is speaking a different language from the one I studied at school. As I said, the language is different from the language he studied in his homeland. Still, I'm beginning to get used to hearing English all around me. When I say I get used to hearing, it means he started being accustomed to the language. يعتاد. بلش يتعود على اللغة الجديدة اللي بيسمعها. Really, it is not, or actually, it is not a new language. The accent in the way that people speak the language there in the English-speaking country is different from what he used to hear in his homeland, and this is what made it somehow difficult for him. If we look at the referentials here in this paragraph, we have the first one, which is you. You refers to everyone, which is, I said, Mahmoud's family. It hasn't been easy though. It refers to the first week of being in the new country. Then we have I, the pronoun I, which is Mahmoud, the speaker here, or the sender of the email. It is Mahmoud. You again is everyone, Mahmoud's family. It is the English language that he listened to in the new country. And also it here refers to the language. One This pronoun also refers to the language, and me refers to Mahmoud. So this email was sent by Mahmoud to his family. Mahmoud is a Palestinian student who finished Tawjihi. Then he traveled abroad to an English-speaking country to go on with his education. Now, he finished his first week in being in that new country, and he told them that he hasn't many big problems, but uh, he he has problems, but they were not real problems, because life there in the new country is different from his life in Palestine. One of the main problems was the language, because the accent of the new language is different from what he gets used to here in Palestine or to learn in Palestine. Uh, in the last part of the paragraph, he told them that he started getting used to hearing the new language, and this makes it easier for him. Now, paragraph 2, lectures don't still start till next week. So this week has been a time of settling in. So we knew that Mahmoud is a student from the word lectures. In the first week of being there in the new country, there were no lectures. So he has many things to do in order to settle in. Settle in يعني يستقر. Now, we have a question. For example, what has Mahmoud been doing to settle in? Now, the answer is number 1, finding my way around. This is number 1. And number 2, meeting people on the same course. If you are asked to give another point, you can write joining clubs and societies. So these are the 3 things that Mahmoud has been doing in the first week in order to settle in, finding his way around, meeting people on the same course, and joining clubs and societies. There is actually a Palestine society, which I've joined, of course. So one of the societies, one of the clubs that Mahmoud joined was the Palestine Society. And he said, which I've joined, of course. We use of course because Mahmoud is Palestinian, and so it is normal that he will join the society, I mean the Palestine Society. Now, what do they do in the Palestine Society? What activities do they have? So these are the activities of Palestine Society. Number 1, they have guest speakers and discussion groups. This is number 1. They meet people and discuss topics with each other and with them. Number 2, organize cultural events and even food evenings, Palestinian food evenings. So at least I'll have some connection with home. Now, if they ask us why did Mahmoud join the Palestine Society? ليش انضم لهذا الجروب بالذات؟ The answer is he'll have some connection. He'll have some connection with home. حتى يكون على اتصال مع وطنه. So this is the answer. he will have some connection with home. Now, I've joined 2 other clubs as well. So if I was asked how many clubs did Mahmoud join? How many clubs did Mahmoud join? Did he join? طبعا محمود. We will say just a moment. مشاركة الشاشة صار مشكلة. شكل الملف طلع لسبب ما. We will wait for a while. Yes. Yes. So my last question was how many clubs have Mahmoud or did Mahmoud join? We said that he joined the Palestine Society Club, and he said also he has joined 2 other clubs, which means he has joined 3 clubs as well. Altogether, there were 3 clubs. They might ask you about a true-false statement. Mahmoud had joined 2 clubs at the university, so the answer is false because we have the Palestine Society, and in addition to that, we have other 2 clubs. I hope you are all well. I'll write again soon. So this is how we close his personal email, as I said. Now, we have some references here also. This week, for example, refers to the first week. I will try to be right here. Now, in this email as you know, my, me, I, all these pronouns that are derived from I refer to the sender of the email, who is Mahmoud. We have which here, the relative pronoun which. It refers to the Palestine society. They also refers to Palestine society. It could be the members of Palestine society. Now, two refers to the number. I will write it here. The number of the clubs that Mahmoud joined in addition to the Palestine society. Now, we will move to the questions about the email. Has Mahmoud had any problems in his new situation? As I said, he had some or he has some problems, but they were not real problems. But you cannot say that he didn't have any problems. So the answer is not very big or not any big problems. Oh, I have a problem with the keyboard. So sorry. But he's finding the language difficult. As we said, this is not because he doesn't know English, but because the accent is different. Accent اللي هي اللهجة, the way that they say the words, the way that they speak. Question number 2. What surprised him about the language at first? It sounds different to the one or to the English he learned at home. The English he learned at home. Home. I'll try to put the other pictures. Why is this better now? طبعا this اللي هو the language. He's beginning to get used to it. بلش يتعود عليها. He's beginning to get used to it. Yes, what has he been doing so far? As we said, he has been doing many things to settle in. You can be asked the question in this way. So the answer is he's been finding his way around. And number two, meeting people and meeting people on the same course. And we can add the point and joining clubs and societies. This is the, let's say, a minor point. If you were asked to give two, you have to put he's been finding his way around meeting people on the same course. Now, if they ask you to add another point, you can write joining clubs and societies. Now, the last question, why has he joined the Palestine Society? Of course, he is Palestinian and by joining this club, he'll have connection with home. Actually, the word home here refers to Palestine. Now, the other part of Unit 1, we have another paragraph, which is a notice for Freshers Week activities. Students who join the university for the first year are called freshers. Those freshers, they are the new students, as you can see here, new students at a university or college. We call them freshers. Now, here they put a notice for them, لافته, like an advertisement for them, in order to join clubs and societies. Now, we will read, clubs and societies are more than just an optional extra. Optional يعني اختياري. You need clubs and societies. It is vital. They are a vital part of college life. It is something important at college. Now, why are they important? What benefits can you get from joining clubs and societies? So these are the benefits. Here we can put benefits. فوائد يعني أو advantages مزايا. Number one, they are a great way to meet like-minded people. إذا number one, I can meet people with the same opinions, people who have the same points of view like me, and expand your interests. This is number two. If you have an interest, you can expand it and participate more fully in a field you already know. And this is number three. You participate in a field you already know. So these are the benefits. I can meet people who are like-minded. I can expand my interest and I can participate more fully in a field I already know. So come along to the clubs and societies. This is an invitation to students to come to this meeting of the clubs and societies. Now the place of this meeting is fair fair in the Milton building. So the place is Milton building. This is where they can meet new students, freshers, and the time is this Wednesday. Up to 100 societies will be on show, from sports and outdoor activities to volunteer organizations and cultural or political groups. So the number of clubs and societies that will be on show اللي راح يكونوا معروضين راح يكونوا up to 100. يعني not more 100, it can reach 100 clubs and societies. And they gave us some examples of clubs and societies that you can join at the university. We have sports, outdoor activities, and volunteer organizations and cultural political groups. These are examples of clubs and societies that you can join at the university. Cultural or political groups. You are sure to find something to suit you. See you there. Yani, because we have many options, we have many clubs and societies, of course, or surely you will find something that is suitable for you, for your interests. See you there, they mean that the Milton building. Let's see the references here. We have they refers to the clubs and societies. Then we have your طبعا refers to the freshers, the new students at the university. Your and you both refers to the same thing. Up to 100, the number of clubs and societies that will be on show. And we have there he refers to the place, which is Milton building. Now in this question you can find some new words that you need to know, and this is part of your vocabulary, the new vocabulary that you have to know in this book. Now the first word is not compulsory, which means optional. Optional. Just a moment, I will see if I have the answers here. Save time. Yes, optional is a new word that you have to know. Its meaning, it means not compulsory, اختياري. Now, like-minded, also this phrase is important, which means with similar attitudes. يعني الناس لهم نفس العقلية، نفس الاهتمامات. Participate يشارك, take part in. Pay attention to the preposition in that comes with the word participate. Field, area of interest اللي هو المجال، مجال الاهتمام. On show, able to be seen يعني معروف. Now in the next question here, you can have these new words that are required in this book, and they are filled in the sentences to complete their meaning. For example, number one, there are lots of good paintings on show at the museum this week. Number two, I don't know much about biology. It is not really my field. Number three, this part of the form is optional. You don't have to fill it in. Number four, luckily I live in a shared house with like-minded people. And number five, unfortunately, his English isn't good enough to participate in academic discussions. So the new words that are required in each period, and they will be found in period 1 and period 2. You will be asked either to match them with their meanings or to fill them in the gaps for different sentences to give meaningful sentences. In this way, I finished period 1, unit 1, period 1, and next time, inshallah, we will discuss period 2. Thank you for listening to me.